Hello viewers and welcome to this new video. Today we are in Battle of Warships again and we are gonna review the USS Sangamon, the second ship of the Tech Tree and probably the ship that I like the least in the game, but here it is and I'm gonna review it. Starting with the gimmicks that the ship has. With very low HP, it is not even 200,000. Of course, I'm mounting the flags, so it is not very high at all, but it is an aircraft carrier, so you should not take damage. Also, it has not very good gimmicks to push, so HP should not be your priority. It has also quite low speed compared to other aircraft carrier, which are very fast compared also to other ships. It doesn't even reach 30 knots with this flag I'm using, and combined with the quite poor maneuverability that the ship gets, 41 seconds, it is not good at all, because what do you expect from a ship that is slow? You expect probably a good maneuverability, because if a ship is slow, it has to be maneuverable, and if a ship is fast, it's okay to be less maneuverable, but if a ship is both slow and very low maneuverable, it is not good at all. And here is the worst part of the ship. Aircraft. Only 23. It's a extremely low number of aircraft. And I literally hate this because you only have 4 squadrons, basically. And you're not gonna launch that many aircraft. Anyway, you have a quite decent AA guns that you're not gonna use very much if not for defending yourself from other aircraft incoming or supporting your ships on your team. Anyway, you have it, so you can use it. Also, it always has its use, so it is better than not having any AA guns. And then we come to the other part, the other crucial part of the ship, which are aircraft itself. The aircraft is not extremely powerful, but it's still okay because the main best thing that it has is a quite nice reload. And anyway, the other thing is just okay, nothing special. For the flags, I bet you mounting the Brazilian flag, which is the best one for aircraft carrier, I think. And basically it gets up everything that the ship has not, so a few more aircraft, only 2, but who knows, you can use them. HP and speed, and they are everything you can have with the ship that you don't have, basically. And for the other thing, choose whatever you want, because it doesn't make any difference. So this is the ship. In looking, she is very small, as you can see, and maybe it is a good thing because it's not a very easy target to hit if you are another aircraft carrier. With this ship you can also dodge something, and in some ways, even though she is very slow. But anyway, let's see what this ship is capable of in the battle, and let's go into battle. And here is the gameplay. So first thing you should do with the ship is taking position. You find some ships that are stronger than you. It's not very difficult to find ships stronger than you because you are not strong. So you find ships that basically have more HP and anti-air than you, that can tank instead of you. So you choose one of these ships and go behind them. And while going behind them, you go in a channel or in general a place where no one can shoot at you. If you can stay in the background, it's still okay, but I bet you to go as close as possible as the enemy, so you can launch aircraft in a short period of time. Unfortunately, this transfers to another thing, which is the reload and the amount of aircrafts. The reload is okay because there are ships that has a longer reload, but it's still quite high, and also every aircraft carrier has quite high reload, but you only have 4 squadrons, and that's not very good, if I can say it. Or it is not at all, because if you lose a squadron, then you are in trouble. I mean, just one, and you have 4, so I mean, you have already a few aircraft, so the best thing you can do is not take damage to aircraft at all. So stay out of the entire of the enemy team, and also keep in mind that the enemy advance, so launch the aircraft in a way that if the enemy advances, you will not enter his AA range. Maybe if you are lucky, you can hit torpedoes, but the fact that you have low amount of squadrons, you can't launch lots of them. It's quite difficult to hit stuff with it, but if you find a channel where ships surely pass in, you can launch some good torpedo and probably hit them. As you can see, I stopped my ship behind this huge iceberg in this map, and I started launching some torpedoes, dealing also quite a few damage. I also launched some torpedoes to the enemy ships incoming, because I thought our teammate decided to kite them away, and so I launched them. One set went away, he passed his bow, but the other one, that was gonna hit the enemy ship, probably, hit him instead, and if he could go away, the enemy ship would have probably died by me. And our teammate also was taking way too much damage, so it was better for him not to run into my torpedoes, basically, but I think it's a mistake I did, so as you can see, you have to practice aircraft carrier. Actually, I can say it, this is not the best ship you can practice aircraft carriers. I think like Juyo is a much better ship to practice CVs, and so use that because it is basically better. I used my speed increase right here because the Rodney was was on my right side, and I wanted to pass her because if she fires at me, I'm gonna take a huge amount of damage. I tried to bomb her, but she was under the iceberg because this island has a very weird formation, and I tried to launch bombers at her, but half of them hit the mountain, the iceberg I mean, and the other one fell in the water, so I would have better used torpedoes, and especially in this case, but in many other situations where you think is better bombers, just use torpedoes because they are a much better option, and also you're not gonna waste aircraft like I'm gonna do a few more times, because bombers always enter in the AA range and torpedoes not always, and even though bombers deal more damage, are also more difficult to use. I launched more torpedoes. Unfortunately, many aircraft I had were destroyed, but I got a kill on the enemy Joyo, which was turning, I don't know which direction she was going, but okay, I got the kill, and that's quite nice. I was here with my teammate Junio, which is why I chose this position, because Juyo is much better aircraft carrier, so if we can combine our aircraft power, it is very well. I was trying to launching aircraft on this repulse, but I missed timed completely and I missed all of them. Also, I lost again many aircraft, so this is a mistake I always do. And if you lose aircraft and also miss torpedoes, it's a very bad thing, especially for this ship. I tried bomber, expecting the ship would push me, but waiting for the bombers to reload, she was already engaging me, so I decided to go away first. When bombers were ready, I launched them in a quite wrong way, and she, of course, dodged them all, because why not? And fortunately, the teammate Juyo got her, and thanks to her, I survived. And also she survived, but she's quite stronger than me, so you can get it. And then it was the time for the last enemy to sink. And I started to launch torpedoes on her, because bombers, it seems that they don't work very much. And so I decided to go for torpedo bombers. I started to turn in the direction she was going, so in the other part of the iceberg I was going. I launched the aircraft and hoped for the best. If all of them would hit, she would be sunk, but only one torpedo did hit, and even though I set a flooding, she repaired it, because everyone repairs the flooding. I mean, it deals quite a lot of damage, so it's better to repair the flooding as soon as you can. I tried to launch bombers, but I realized that before bombers weren't so successful, so I launched torpedoes, and with a bit of lag, I hit 3 torpedoes and then I sank her. And that's it. This is the battle, not very high damage, but anyway, this was the battle, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hope also you learned something new, as I am learning too. But that's it. Hope you enjoyed, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.